Hello? Kiss My Anime. Welcome to the King Mati. Whoa. Let's not do that again. Welcome to the King Mula TV podcast. All right. Welcome back to another episode, guys. I'm your host, King. See what we got going on here. Anyways, let me get my thing situated before I dive into this topic. This is a fun day. It's a Saturday. We in the month of August. In the month of August, y'all. My birthday month, okay? So you can say happy birthday. I take happy birthdays all month long, so don't worry about what day it is. Just know that it's in August. That's it. All right. So if you didn't hear what I said earlier what was earlier in this episode, that was the topic, which was Kiss My Anime. All right, so if you didn't understand what anime is a Japanese cartoon. Okay, it's a style. It's many styles now, honestly, but it's a Japanese cartoons. Just to put it simply, it's Japanese cartoons. I know that some people might be like, "Oh," listen, that's exactly what it is. Japanese cartoons. Okay, it's animation, but it's a Japanese animation. It's Japanese cartoons. Cartoon and animation run the same techniques, okay? It's just the styles and the way the techniques are used and are shown and colors and all of that, different. You can distinguish it that way. But putting it simply, they're all under the form of entertainment. Making it into a more subcategory, they are animation. All of that is animation. To go into an even further narrow category, subcategory, to compartmentalize it, it is anime. So under animation, you will find anime, which is Japanese animation. Okay? So that's what anime is. If you want the Oxford Dictionary or whatever, let's see if I can get that. Here we go. Wikipedia says Japanese style of animation. See? Simple, cut and dry, nothing crazy about it. That's just what it is, okay? It's animation. It's a Japanese style of animation. That's it. That a lot of people have adopted around the world, okay? And a lot of people love around the world. Japanese primarily make Japanese animated stuff. It makes sense. Japanese would primarily make what suits to their liking and that represents them and their country and everything that they're about. Their imagination, their qualities, their culture, all of that. And a lot of people love Japanese culture from around the world. That's why there's a lot of Japanese shops and influence over here in the West, in the United States of America. Okay, so there's nothing to be bent out of shape about. Nothing at all. It just is what it is. Okay, so like I said, New Oxford defines anime as a style of Japanese film and television animation typically aimed at adults as well as children. Okay, that's it. I don't think I should really go a deep dive into that definition because it really is that simple. But I'm gonna give you another one just for that. Okay, Merriam-Webster defines anime. It's a noun as a style of animation originating in Japan that is characterized by stark, colorful graphics depicting vibrant characters in action-filled plots, often with fantastic or futuristic themes. There you go. Okay, we defined anime, and there's no point to argue about it what it is. Okay, because I've seen it in high school where they was talking about it. Like some of the classmates were talking to the coach about it. We was in a PE class. Was doing weight training. They was talking to the coach about what's the difference between cartoon and anime, and I get the points that they were saying, which I agreed with at the time. But then I also, in the back of my mind, was just like, it's all cartoons. It's all animation. Now, cartoons is more so for American, more so thought to be tailored towards American animation, which is fine. But I mean, cartoons and animation, they're like one and the same. If you want, actually, let's define cartoon, just so I can like put that to rest. All right, cartoon is a simple. New Oxford defines it as a simple drawing showing the features of its subjects in a humorously exaggerated way, especially a satirical one in newspaper or magazine. Okay, to be fair. Animation and cartoons. Okay, so cartoon animation did start off as cartoons or comics, or yeah. So a comic strip, and a lot of these things started before they become animated. Okay, but cartoon. Here's a second definition for it: a motion picture using animation techniques to photograph a sequence of drawings rather than real people or objects. Okay, so they're not. So that's what I meant when they are very much the same. That's what I meant. But cartoons, they started off in newspapers and magazines, as well as anime. They started off in manga, which is Japanese comics. Japanese comic strips, comic books. All of that started there. And it's still being portrayed there first before it even hits animation, because you got to have that drawing first. You got to see the sequences and the story play out on paper, and then you can put it on animation. That's just usually how it goes. There are shows, that have purely been done on computer, on animated only. They're out there, but for the most part, most of the popular ones, anime, have been in manga first and then are animated later on. Okay, so yeah. So that's what it is. A cartoon is more subjected to many other things, while anime itself, not just where it originated from, the Japanese comics and stuff like that. Anime is the Japanese style of animation. Cartoons can be in different things, in different mediums. It's not only expressed in animation. It's expressed in works of art and art styles and stuff, and anime as well. But that's mostly the characters or the scene and stuff like that. But all of it, like I said, all of it fits in that realm of entertainment, in that realm of animation. But cartoon was really, I believe it was here first. Don't be mad if I'm wrong. I don't have a problem with being wrong. It's just the way that I see it is cartoons are bigger in a sense of that they use multiple mediums to create cartoons, while as anime, they're not strictly animation because they come from comics once again, but they're mainly consumed as motion picture. They're mainly consumed as animation. Is that's the point that I was trying to get out. Like I said, I don't mind if I'm wrong. It's okay because, like I said, all of these things are go hand in hand. Every time I'm even thinking about it, it's just like, yeah, but then again, I can say the same thing for anime too. That it doesn't only just stay in one medium. That's fine, like I said, because it doesn't even originate in anime. Anime doesn't even originate in animation. It originates in Japanese comics, which is, like I said, that's what it is. So, with that being said, I love anime. My gosh. I love anime. I really do. It's amazing. I guess the first animations I was introduced to was Dragon Ball Z, of course, and Pokemon. I say that's to the earliest. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh 2, and not really Digimon. I'm trying to watch Digimon. I'm trying to watch the original Digimon. I'll get to that. I will. You know. But yeah, I love anime. Been introduced to it for in the 2000s, early 2000s. Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, all of that came out, like the trading cards and stuff. I know they came out much earlier, but that's the time when, I was active enough to understand and comprehend what was going on. It was in the 2000s. Okay, so yeah, so I was introduced to that then, and then I started getting into anime, like really getting into anime. In the 2010s decade. I'm gonna say specifically 2013? It could have been earlier than that. It was a summer where, well, I think it started in the summer, where I just started watching all different kinds of anime because I felt like I didn't, I think that's when I started One Piece. I started a whole bunch of different animes, like Soul Eater, like Bleach, kind of, not really. Where I got introduced to a lot of anime, a lot. Like Kenichi, the strongest, mightiest disciple. That was hard. I love that anime. That anime was so funny. Let me see if that's the actual name. Kenichi, the mightiest disciple. Yeah, Kenichi. That was a good one. Soul Eater. What else? There's a Yu Yu Hakusho. There's a lot I'm missing out on. Let me go to my my list. Let me start. Naruto. Yes, Naruto. There we go. A big one. I can't believe I wasn't even thinking about that off rip. Naruto, 100% was watching that for sure. Let me see. There's a lot more, and there is a lot more. The original Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. Let me see. Dragon Ball Z, Kai. I was really on Kai a lot. But it was like the shortened version because the Dragon Ball Z, I watched Dragon Ball Z fully, well, almost fully, because I did skip a part because I didn't really feel like I watched that in its entirety. But I will watch the part that I missed. I'm not gonna go right all the way back because I got nieces and nephews that are watching Dragon Ball and so it's like they're watching it all the time now. So I don't feel like watching it again. But I'll watch the parts that I missed, which was in between everything, like in between all the major arcs. Yeah, let me go to Crunchyroll. I know people don't. I know how some of y'all might feel about Crunchyroll, but listen. I don't got, since Funimation merged with them or was bought out by them. That's just, now it's the main place to go to anime if you want a subscription. Okay. All right, so yeah, subscription-based service and all that. Yeah, okay, so when did Black Clover come out? Black Clover, 2015. Okay, yeah. It started there, and then I started working my way into it. So I'm just gonna say I started it around that time, around 2013, or maybe earlier. Maybe I don't really remember. I really have to think about it, and I don't really want to try to think about it right now. I might come back to it or add it in later if I really want to, but I don't know. But Black Clover came out around 2015, so I was watching Black Clover. My Hero Academia came out later, like 2017, right? Let me see. Oh, 2014. Okay, so I was on that too. I really did like My Hero Academia. I'm watching it now. And you know the later ones that came out like Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer. Oh, Hunter x Hunter for sure. That Hunter x Hunter, love that. Magi. Uh, yeah, Magi, that was good. Skate. These are just the ones now I'm just starting to name. Oh, I can't believe I forgot this one. I haven't said this one either. Fairy Tale. If you know where that's from, you are a goat. You're amazing. You're an amazing person. If you know where that sound effect is from. Okay? It's in an anime. Trigun. I do have to start. Dr. Stone, hard. Afro Samurai, Full Metal Alchemist, Samurai Champloo, The Promised Neverland. I finished that some years ago, maybe last year or the year before. It was good. It was really good. Food Wars. Let's see. I haven't started JoJo. I know some people who really like JoJo Bizarre. I've been recommended that. So just give me some time. Tokyo Ghoul. I haven't seen that either. Listen, let me just go on the ones that I haven't seen as well. Reloaded Hitman. Is that what it's called? I don't know. Let me see. Megalobox. I finished that. That was pretty good. Haiku. I haven't dove deep into that. Tower of God. I haven't dove into that. Attack on Titan, of course. Come on now. Yeah, that's hard. God of High School, Erased. What do they call that one thing? I forgot. Parasite. I haven't dove deep into a lot of those, but what was that one that I wanted to? Oh, Reloaded Hitman or something. Let me see. Reborn. Yeah, Reborn Hitman. Something like that. That's got a lot of episodes. Case closed. Yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot of anime out there that I'm really into. Berserk, I haven't really started that, but I might. Let me see if they got it here. Yeah, they got it. It's not that much, is it? Berserk. It's a lot. It is a lot. It's a lot of anime out there. It's a lot of anime. And it's oops. It's a lot of good anime out there. So if you're not into anime, give it a shot. It's not just what some people might deem as children's thing, bro. There's animes is tailored towards adults, for one. Okay, adult animation. It's not there's because a lot of the things that are happening in anime are for people who understand with a comprehension level above, like it's in college or at least high school. You know, a lot of people got introduced early when they were kids, yes. But if you understand that a lot of that stuff can get really adult really fast, and a lot of adult themes and a lot of everything, yeah, it's mostly not tailored for kids. It's mostly for adults. I'm just being honest because that's just what it is. It's really not for kids. You like if you never seen people who say that and never seen Attack on Titan, never seen Never even seen Dragon Ball Z because there's a lot of death in that. Apparently that's natural, but there's a lot of themes and there's a lot of things going on that only adults would understand. So it's mainly tailored towards like people who have that comprehension level. Let me just say more like middle school, high school. Yeah. But like you got to have that comprehension. It's not tailored towards kids and children. It's mostly tailored towards people who have a level of understanding of what's going on. And kids can watch it and they can comprehend a little bit, but they're really not going to get what's going on until later on in life. And I've seen it, happen. I can use myself as an example, and I don't know. I just think a lot of people really don't understand how complicated anime is. It can be for kids at times, but a lot of times it's mostly tailored towards adults. Okay? So yeah, the people who say, "Oh, anime is for kids," please stop. You don't know what you're talking about. There's a bunch of people out here grown in everything. Love anime, love cosplaying as anime characters. There's a lot of Comic-Con conventions and anime conventions that are happening yearly. There's many different types of events that center anime and comic books and stuff like that. That a lot of people come as anime characters, as dressing as themselves and being in a space where they want to be. You see? It's a lot of them out there, and I definitely want to go. I'm going to go. I'm making it a thing next year. I got to get everything situated, so I got to put the plan together. Once I put the plan together, and then I'm going to execute it. Okay? Make sure if things happen, I can switch it out and still enjoy it. So yeah, I love anime. You can see you can hear it. You can hear that I love anime. But let's go into the other side of anime. Whatever do you mean? What I mean is, I don't like anime. Yeah. And it's not for what you think and I'm saying, and I'm not being wishy-washy when I'm saying this. I'm just understand, there's a lot of things that I do like, and everybody has those things that they kind of don't like about, even for their favorite animes, they kind of don't like certain parts of it and stuff things like that. Some people might just be delusional, or some people might really just enjoy all of it, every single last bit of it. And I can for certain cases or certain episodes, but not, in its entirety. When I sit back and I look at it and I sit with the thought and I ponder it some more and I break it down, there's a lot of things that I don't like about anime. And it's not really anime itself, like the style or animation. That's fine with me. The animation is on point. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's vibrant, like the definition said. But it's also what I feel as well, what I agree with. But the things that I don't like anime, it's yes, and this is what's going to happen when I say this. I know what's going to happen, or the thought process that might come into play when I say this. I don't like anime, especially the earlier style animes, because of the anti-black tropes. Yep. Yes, I did make it about race. That's probably the biggest thing that I don't like about certain animes. Like, the anime can be well made. I'm still going to watch it. But if I had to if I had the choice of making an anime a lot more wholesome, a lot better than what it is, if I gave it a rating of, let's say, 7 out of 10, and it could have been a 9 out of 10 because it didn't remove or 8 out of 10 because it didn't remove certain aspects about it that are anti-black, certain characters that are stereotypical, certain black characters that are stereotypical or not very not well made and are caricatures of black culture and not really represented properly. Yeah, that would be the reason why it's anti-black. And there's a lot of them, you know, even in one of the most, even like in the most popular animes now. Well, back then as well, like Dragon Ball Z. Let's just be honest. First and foremost, I'd like say rest in peace to Akira Toriyama, granddaddy of all anime. Well, of bringing it to the West, for sure, because him and Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon definitely had a big influence over here in the U.S. of A. Okay, so R.I.P. to him. But to be fair, there is a thing that says that he forgets a lot of the things that he creates when it came to Dragon Ball Z and like the plot line. There's a lot of plot holes in Dragon Ball Z, which is true. And I understand that, which is why a lot of people complain about it. But, you know, there's still a lot of anti-black things going on in Dragon Ball Z. Like with the big pink lips. Like I'm not gonna forget who that guy is. Hold on, let me just look him up for a bit. All right, so let me see. First and foremost, we got everybody calling Piccolo black, even though he's an alien and he's green. He has the black tendencies. We can see that. Yeah. They loosely modeled the Namekian race. This is what Quora say. It's a forum, so it's a blog. They loosely modeled. Excuse me. They loosely modeled. Okay, hold on. Dang. So I seen something. So why would they show me that if they didn't actually give me the answer up front? All right, so a caricature like the big pink lips, like on Officer Black. Officer Black is definitely one. I know they had one with Mr. Popo, but he's supposed to be a genie, so they say. He's not even human. So, yeah, I did always wonder, like, what was the inspiration behind Mr. Popo? Although I'm not going to get into Mr. Popo right now. I did see it, actually. Let me go back into what I was seeing. A lot of the characters are, like I said, Officer Black. The big pink lips, that's a racist caricature of from the influence from the West, and it got picked up in Dragon Ball Z. And honestly, yeah, more recently now, when Gohan was going to school, they fixed the black characters to look like actual black people, normal, that actually make them look like us. But back in the 1980s and 1990s, yeah, this is exactly, they showed us as big pink lips, black, like Officer Black. Yeah, so it was just a lot was depicted as such, and it's very anti-black. And a lot of them surrounding the culture, you can argue that they were misinformed, but come on now. If you really did your research, you would understand that, well, I'm not saying like American history rules the world, but it has a very big precedence on what's going on. And if you were to go to black people, I feel like as an artist, as a manga artist, back then it was really bad. Like racism was really bad back then. So I get, because it was more acceptable to do that. But even back then, we were fighting racism. Black people were fighting racism. It's not about to be a racism topic, but it's a part of what I'm saying with the anti-black tropes of what I don't like about anime, and that's mainly the biggest reason, because of all that, the depictions and of black stereotypes in anime. and also in Pokemon too, with that one Pokemon with the yellow blonde hair and the big pink lips as well. Y'all know which one that is. It's a psychic type Pokemon, I believe. Forgot its name, but yeah. So this person said, so when you see Mr. Popo and other black characters in the Dragon Ball franchise up until recently, I'd say about the last 5 years, you can tell the creators of the show very much was using unconscious racism. Unfortunately, now, does that mean that they were intentionally trying to hurt people with their racism? No, but where they did, but were they, okay, where did, this person messed up right there. They were using racism for human, yes, they were. Now, this is a cultural difference, as we do know many countries, especially Eastern countries, view black as negative, as an unattractive feature. There it is. That's a big one. They view black as an unattractive feature. That was the racism back then, and a lot of Eastern countries still practice that nonsense today. So it's still sprinkled among the masses, even though it's not being, some may protrude, some may show it out overtly, but a lot of them are doing it covertly or online, because online they feel like they're protected and they can't be subjected to consequences on there. But yeah, that's just what it is. Anti-black, like Officer Black and one Pokemon I was talking about. It has historical context going to the 1990s over here in the West, where I see Elliot's white veneer. This is like a racist depiction of historical context dealing with racism and stuff like anti-black stuff. It goes all the way back to even further than that. But yeah, when it comes to like media and stuff, this is all the anti-black stuff with the super black skin and the pink or red lips, all of that. Mr. Popo, Officer Black, and that one fighter in DBZ. I don't know if that's also Officer Black, but doesn't look like it, but it does look like it at the same time. You can look at this up as well. Just put black characters in Dragon Ball Z, and then you should get the forum from Quora or wherever else you're gonna look it up. But yeah, that's pretty much it for why I don't like anime. That's the biggest thing. Another big thing is the fan service. That's a big one. Like, they're doing too much with the fan service. Like, I can't enjoy anime if, let's say, if I'm around a younger audience, because like I can't enjoy the anime because now I got to think about them and how it's impressionable. I don't want them go around. I don't want the little boys going around thinking that women should be objectified sexually, and I don't want the girls feeling like they need to be objectified or doing things to get a boy's attention or something like that. So when I'm around a younger audience, I can't watch the type of anime I want to watch. I got to put it on something else. So yeah, a lot of that has been depicted in earlier animes. Even in newer animes, they're still being depicted. The fan service is still there. Like Fire Force. Huge amount of fan service for what? I have no idea. It's a great anime. Like, I love it, but that fan service is just crazy. Black Clover and a lot of it's just too much. If you don't know what fan service is, it's basically making fan service is defined by Wikipedia is parts of a fictional work intended to please the audience. What does that mean? That's a little too broad in it. Like, it can be pleasing. Things can be pleasing just by watching the anime without fan service. So that's not a really good definition. Let me go to Urban Dictionary. In general, fan service refers to scenes designed to excite or titillate the viewer. Titillate, New Oxford defines as stimulate or excite someone, especially in a sexual way. Okay, so yeah, so fan service is really just exciting somebody in a sexual way. This can include, going back to Urban Dictionary. This can include scantily clad outfits, cleavage shots, panty shots, nude scenes, shower scenes especially, etc. Some broader definitions also include things like cool mecha, big explosions, battle scenes, etc. Basically, if it has little plot redeeming value but makes the viewer sit up and take notice, it's probably fan service in one form or another. Wow, this is actually very great definition for Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary usually just has somebody making fun of an actual dictionary or telling you the dictionary, but then also making fun of it or giving like not too like professional definitions. But this is a really good one. It's a really good one. Whoever this is, Moon Knight. Dang, March 28, 2003? So yeah, fan service has been here for a long time. For a long, long time. So fan service isn't exclusive to anime because you see it in entertainment all around. But yeah, it's fan service, perversion, especially towards younger viewers, especially towards young women and stuff like that. Yeah, can we like cut that out, reduce it a lot by a lot. I don't know what the percentage is to reduce it, but please just reduce. We just need that to be reduced. No more. We don't need, there's a lot of shows that don't need fan service at all. And there's a lot of shows that, okay, you can kind of put it in there just based on the context and whatever's going on. But in general, we don't need fan service. We don't need much of it, okay? Maybe sprinkle around here and there, but it should not be a part of every episode, or it should not be, it shouldn't be a main part of your anime. Your anime is fine just the way it is. Don't add fan service just to excite the viewer, just to stimulate them, especially in a sexual way. It's just a little too much undermining. And there's a lot of grapefruit. Remove the G in the fruit. There's a lot of scenes of those and a lot of content in anime as well, which honestly, if it depends on if it's actually plays towards the storyline or not, but a lot of that can be unnecessary to show because it is very sensitive and it is very triggering to a lot of people who have experienced that. So yeah, that's also in the realm of fan service and all of that. Well, not in the realm of fan service. Yeah, actually, yes, it is. Yes, it is. So yeah, those are my biggest things on why I don't like anime. Okay, I love anime, but I don't like it at times. There's a big difference between like and love, but I don't like anime. I love it, but I don't like it. Now, for the last point, let me tell y'all. Black anime, well, what I was saying earlier with the anti-black tropes and stuff like that, black anime characters or black anime and blurred culture. So the biggest thing with these things is that I think blurreds do deserve representation, but in our own animes. I mean, we shouldn't be begging and scrapping. They need to do right by us. They should ask us how we should want to be represented. Like, a lot of them need to do their due diligence and their research for if they want to include us in their anime, that's fine. But make sure you're not making us caricatures, negative stereotypes, and that are, well, stereotypes and a lot of weird things about us that don't really represent us in a good way at all. When Japanese don't, like, for the things I said with anti-black and stuff like that and everything else that I mentioned, all of that needs to come into mind before creating a character or putting them through situations and challenges and obstacles and actually showing a character's full range instead of making them a caricature or some type of, I don't know, gag or what do you call it, minstrel show. These artists, these Japanese manga artists and stuff like that need to be able to depict us in the right way. If they don't, then that's what it is, and it can be talked about and it can be addressed. But where I'm at with black anime and blurred culture is that I want us to have our own things. I want us to have our own animations and stories, our own animation studios, our own stories that are representing us the right way and representing us in all different fashions and forms that we come in. We're diverse people. We have more to the story than just being side characters, than being comic relief characters, minstrel shows, caricatures, just hip hop heads. We're more than all of that. We actually originate a lot of everything. Okay, so like you not representing us in the right way is just like it's a slap in the face. I'm gonna keep watching, but just know that it's a slap in the face, and I don't like it, and I don't have to like it. That is my right to not like something. Can't nobody take that away from me. Okay? So, black animation studios. Perfect example, Boondocks. It's satirical work, but it's represented black culture, American black culture, in the light that it needs to be shown. And it's amazing to see a lot of the things that in Boondocks are happening right now. And some things that should be animated in the Boondocks if they would ever get back to it. But I highly doubt it because, we lost RIP to John Witherspoon. He was a GOAT. Played the granddad of the Freeman family. So I think it is very important that we need to not over-sexualize blurred culture blurred culture. Not over-sexualized. Now, I know there's a lot of anime. Like, let's say Meg Thee Stallion. She's into anime. She's really into anime. And you can see that. And it's not in a way to just get a cash grab or just grab a new audience. Well, it can be to grab a new audience, which that could be positive. But, like, it's not a cash grab. And it's not, like, doing it just because. It's because she actually watches it and she actually understands it. And she's actually putting it into her music and stuff like that. So, that's fine. But like I said, things can get oversaturated, and there needs to be a fine line, and there needs to be a line that we don't cross, and there needs to be some right representation, and not just people going off of doing it because of hiding it under the term self-expression, or under the term self-expression or individuality. Let's stop that. We want to be represented, just like how in politics y'all want to be represented and want to be heard, and your voice is heard, and want to feel like the issues that you have matter, the issues that you want to be taken care of. You would want them to be taken care of. So I feel like if you're going to do that, let's make sure that we're doing it properly and stop hiding it under the guise of individuality, self-expression. Let's actually, we know that we need to be represented. Image is a lot. Image is about everything. Let's be honest here. Yes, there's a lot of racism, and it's happened over millenniums. It's happened over hundreds and hundreds of years, and the way that it's shaped and molded the world, it's shown through media, and media is very, very powerful. So if we're depicted the right way, instead of being over-sexualized and oversaturated with sexuality and drugs and all that nonsense, the way that people see us would be amazing. Because a lot of people think that black Americans in America are rich because they see rappers, and they think rappers represents all the 48 million people, the 13% or probably 15% now, since the population is growing. No, I'm just gonna say that rappers do not represent the black populace. They do not represent the black population in the Americas. They do not represent the black American population in the US of A. The entertainers are not, that's what they believe reaches us first, what reaches the rest of the world first. Okay, but if you really want to see, if you really want to know how black people are, how they move like we're like black people in general. Not just specifically black Americans, because there's a whole bunch of different type of ethnicities in America that come up from all over the world. If you really want to see that, I know it's hard to see it back there because whatever's going on, the restrictions, the atmosphere may be chaotic or whatever's going on. People got to understand that that's why media is powerful, and that's why if we control our own images, we would be able to show that we're not gangsters, we're not thugs, we're not over-sexualized objects, We're not bows, we're not bots, We're not stitches or switches. We are more than that. We are way more than that. That is a very small amount of us that are that, but that's just part of any culture, and that's you can find all of those anywhere in the world, and it's not specific towards a race of black people or anything. It's not specific to anybody. It can happen in every ethnic group, every demographic. There's all of that is around. Okay, it's been around for a while, but it's only being depicted as black people being the most sexualized and over sexualizing themselves. Okay, we need to stop that. As blurred culture, they try to over sexualize it as well. People just need to have respect for blurs, respect for blurred culture, and not oversaturate it with sexuality. Okay, because like I said, more to that. There's more to life than sex. There's more to life than sexuality. There's more to life than just depicting caricatures of black people and sexualizing them every single time and putting them in sexual outfits that are meant to be that are intentionally sexual, that are intentionally meant to grab attention for the wrong reasons. Well, and for the reasons that they want, for profit or for viewership, whatever the case may be. But blurred culture is amazing if it is represented in the right way, which is there's no over sexualization, like I said, where people are being themselves in nature by kind, sweet, action, funny, goofy. We're a lot of great things, and we're a lot of good things that I feel like needs to be represented more. That needs to be pushed more in the limelight, and we need to be shown as human. We're not shown as no caricatures, no aliens, nothing like that. We need to be shown as humans. Just how everybody on the earth of this planet, 8 billion people, are humans. So all of us need to be shown properly, correctly. Yes, there's bad apples everywhere. Like I mentioned this in episodes where I actually take a deep dive on society and where I take jabs at society and talking about it and the way the world is. And that's more of that is to come in more episodes as well, where I break it down in sections so that you get the full picture when you put it all together. Because things need to be broken down first. Things are the building blocks of life. They started as small things, and you build them up into complex structures because you do them one at a time. You don't do it all at once. That you'll be there forever trying to do it all at once, or you just be wasting your time or maybe hurting yourself or getting nowhere or getting frustrated because you're not doing it you're not doing it step by step. You're just trying to put it all together in a way that you think it is. You're trying to make a finished product without knowing how it got to be a finished product. There's a lot of times where it's going to fail. To tie that back into black culture, to black anime, blurred culture, like I said, have our own studios, write our own stories, represent us the right way, and we keep moving. Like the animation that I've been following. I'm just give y'all a few. Noir Caesar, Black Sands Entertainment, Unique, that is spelled Youneek. Y'all go check those 3 out. I gave y'all 3 great recommendations. Okay? Y'all look at those studios and see what they're about. They got a lot of comics. They're getting animation pretty soon. I know Unique is, for sure. I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for that. And, there's a bunch more. Once you go into those 3, You can find a lot more smaller artists and smaller companies. There's one that I want to point. There's a couple smaller ones that I should point out too. Okay, so the first one is being let's see, Black Light Visions. That's for Black Anime Blerd Culture. Y'all go look him up. Really dope dude. You know, he really likes really into the anime and anime culture, and going to be giving us nice animation in the future, you know. So can't wait to see that. Another one can be these are people I follow. Okay, Colaverse. That's COLASVERSE. Okay. The main author is Cool Colas, which is COOLCOLAS. So yeah, that's cool. Another one is Black Lions and Cubs. There's one. Oh, and let me give you some more. Let me give you a few more, like smaller ones, okay? Or ones that, here's a animator, artist from Trinidad and Tobago, Gem GFX, which is GEMGFX. Yeah, he does animation. I like his style, his artwork. There's another guy who's let me see if I can find note. It starts with an M. Okay. Oh, snap. My thing is due today. So there's another one. What's his name? Okay, yeah. Mike Tony Design. That's MikeTonyDesign. All of these people you can find on Instagram. Yeah, so Mike Tony Design, he's a creative animator. He's done a lot of animation. There is and also I guess I'll type in Dark Horse Comics. I think that's one too. Yeah, Dark Horse Comics. DarkHorseComics, Dark Horse Comics, on IG as well. Y'all go follow them, and and everywhere else. Like I gave y'all a few. I gave y'all a few. I really gave y'all a few. I gave y'all a good amount of animators and small animators. Well, not small animators. A lot of people that are part of the blerd culture. That's Black and nerd culture. I forgot to define that, but it's all right. Black and nerd culture. Blerd. I gave you small instances of that. I gave you people who are in that space. Yeah. People who draw, who animate, who are writing their own universes and writing their own shows, and doing kickstarts and all of that. Crowdfunding. They need the support. They need the support, y'all. So I'm big on that, and I'm definitely going to support them when everything's situated on my end. Support them as much as I can by sharing their stuff mostly, but also when I actually have the funds, I'm going to back them with funds as well, because like I said, money talks, and we want to be represented the right way. So like I said, we're gonna do that properly. So yeah, I gave you small I keep saying animators, or keep thinking that small writers, authors, Black authors that are tailoring towards animation, comic books, manga, Black centered and Black focused animators and content creators. Or just creators and creatives. Not really content creators, because I don't really like it, the way that it's used. But yeah, there's a lot of those out there. So yeah. Y'all go follow those. And there's plenty of them around. I can't name them all, but well, I can, but that'll take all day. And like I said, you can follow these people, support them, share their things, and share all the smaller upstarting people around your community. They're probably around you. Okay, we got to start supporting smaller comics as well, because if we want to be represented, and I'm mainly speaking towards black people here. If we want to be represented properly, we're gonna have to support the people who are actually putting in the work to want to see us in that same light as well. You know, positively, and actually being seen as human, or being seen in a fantasy world that isn't that, where we're not caricaturized, where we are the main character, where we are, the main face in everything that's going on. So, with that being said, drink more water, be kinder to people, and get towards your goals, and get everything going. Do something positive today. Think about something positive. Add some more positivity to your day. Even if you are having a bad day, even if you aren't having the best of days, still be grateful that you're alive and that you can still try again. Yeah, you can still keep going, that you can still understand there may be some extreme situations that some people may be dealing with, but remember, if it was meant to take you out, it would have took you out already, but it hasn't. So, just figure it out. Whatever you need to do, wherever you're at your lowest, that's where the inspiration comes, usually. So make sure that you pay attention to that. All right? I'm King. It's King Mullah TV Podcast. I'm out of here.